everybody, welcome back to another awesome episode. I'm your host, James. Alongside always, his name is...
I'm Andy.
We ask you both, all of us, everybody, to join us as we all become legend of the nerds. Happy late Thanksgiving, sir.
Yes, Thanksgiving last week.
How'd it go for you?
I had plans. Unfortunately, those plans got derailed. Wanted to go down with the family to visit some other family in southern New Hampshire. I don't have good winter tires on my truck yet. So I didn't, even though they said the roads were fine, and it did warm up after. I mean, I think the only bad day was Thanksgiving. It did snow some.
It did a little bit.
We would have already had been there because we would have gone Wednesday night. And coming back up, all it did was rain, and it was warm. So I probably would have been fine, but...
Didn't want to chance
Didn't really
it.
want to take the chance because when you get to southern Vermont, southern New Hampshire, you got to go through those mountain areas.
Yep.
Didn't want to quite take the chance, so I stayed home, visited some other family up here.
Right on.
But then when the folks came back, we had a big Thanksgiving dinner again with my parents and my grandparents. So
There you go.
we had that Sunday night. Or Sunday.
Nothing like 2 Thanksgiving dinners in 1 week, huh?
Exactly. Some good old turkey, stuffing, and potatoes.
Mine's pretty quiet. Everything went normal as usual.
I saw you posted a couple pictures. Was it just you, the wife, and the kids? I didn't see anybody else.
Emma's mom was sick.
Okay.
My folks came up, and my grandmother actually joined them.
That's nice.
Yeah, so it was small, but it was really nice. It went nice and smooth.
It is. When you have something like that, like Thanksgiving, it's always kind of nice just to kind of sit back, relax, take it in.
I hate when things get all hectic like that. It's just too many people. It's nice to see family, but sometimes family should just stay home.
When you have too much for family, like the one I had on Thanksgiving dinner, the Thanksgiving day, we had a lot of people, and like one of my cousins and I, we constantly butt heads. And she's pregnant right now too, which doesn't exactly help. So the hormones are kicking in. So yeah, hopefully because I announced on the last show that my sister was pregnant. She's 13 weeks pregnant.
Oh, yep.
So hopefully Christmases and other Easter maybe, because her due date's in June, I believe. So
Okay.
if we get together, hopefully there's no hormones kicking in there either.
Hopefully not, right?
Hopefully. Right now she's cheerful.
How'd Black Friday go?
Black Friday, I sat at home and did nothing. I do
You
not.
usually go out. You should go buy those great movies that day.
I never go out on Black Friday.
When do you buy those good movie deals?
I always do all my Black Friday shopping online.
Online.
And last year, our Walmart here in town apparently did like really bad on Black Friday sales. So I went a week later and they had just a crap load of movies still at the Black Friday sale prices. So it's a good chance that might be how it is right now too. There might be a bunch of still good sales, but the money is dwindling this year, so I really couldn't do much shopping if I wanted to.
This year, that's right.
But yeah, I thought about going. On my way home from Highgate, I stopped right at the lights and I could see Walmart in the distance. And I'm like, it's about 10 o'clock at night on Thursday, because now it's Gray Thursday instead of Black Friday. And I'm thinking to myself, the parking lot only looks about half full. Do I want to go?
Is that a chance you don't want to make?
No, I just want to get home.
Right.
Friday, the entire time I'm sitting at home, I'm like, it does. Every year it does go to the back of my head, like, I'd like to go and just experience it. But then again, I went up to Montreal for my 18th birthday to the casino, and I tried to be nice, letting people walk by and all that stuff. And when people were taking advantage of it, I'm like, screw this, and I'd push my way through everybody.
There you go.
So I come in handy during Black Friday.
You like the shield.
I plow people down, but I don't do Black Friday shopping. I've done it once, and that was at an Ace Hardware, and that was line all the way to the back of the store.
Nightmare, right?
Yeah. So I can't imagine what a Best Buy or a Walmart looks like.
Yeah, one of my favorite videos on YouTube to watch are the Black Friday hectic mobs.
There was one
like on YouTube. You just watch them, and you just a bunch of fight scenes.
Exactly, I saw that on the news.
The doors don't even raised open all the way. People like running underneath it. It is nuts.
I saw that on the news this morning. There were some fist fights and stuff at some of the local stores. I'm like, how old are you people?
I know. It's all for TV. People would jump on TVs.
I was actually telling my family this. I can see it. I mean, you see with the times changing, things, how they change kind of thing. I could see Black Friday even not happening much in the next 10 to 20 years at the stores. It's going to be everyone shopping online.
It's going to be a cyber weekend.
It is. It's right now, stores are actually putting out more inventory for their online stores because a lot of people are just doing Black Friday shopping online instead.
Safer, you don't die.
Well, yeah. Well, that too, and you don't have to worry about going out and fighting the mobs and everything. You just gotta click very fast.
Black Friday is insane.
That's how I got my Xbox 360 a couple years ago.
Oh, is that right?
Yep, bought it on Black Friday on online.
Right on.
So
Black Friday, come and gone, Andy.
we have to say really quickly, you work at a retail store.
I do.
Was it busy on your Black Friday?
Absolutely not.
Because nobody actually goes to your store anymore.
Well, people go, but I mean, it's just another normal day.
Yeah,
The problem is that you just don't have the inventory to support it.
sure.
I mean, when you just have the same inventory and you reduce the price by a couple bucks, it's not really anything special.
So no drone sales or anything?
I mean, drones are on sale, but they weren't like going from $100 to $40. They're like $100 to like $98.
That's what I saw. I saw a lot of drones on sale and stuff. I go, to me, still the drone really doesn't intrigue me.
I fly around all the time. It's fun flying on the drone.
Yes, and I tried one at the store, and I didn't even get it like 2 feet off the ground, and I flipped it upside down.
Well, they are fun to fly. Anyway, you know what's fun to fly? This week is going to fly, because this is going to be an exciting week. And I'm talking about the Heroes vs. Aliens CW giant crossover.
Exactly. It begins tonight with Supergirl.
That's right, Andy. And they just released a trailer for this a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. I've been watching it every single day. I love it. I'm so excited for this week.
Yeah.
We can really only can talk about the trailer, talk about hypothesis and what we think. We see Supergirl is going to mix it up. How do you think that's going to happen?
Well, we got to remember, Supergirl's from another Earth.
Another Earth.
So is she going to somehow get to Barry and Oliver, or is Barry going to go get her? And two, to me, if you're bringing Supergirl over, you need to bring John Jones, Martian Manhunter. Because if you're dealing with aliens, who better than an alien himself to figure out things?
Right.
So are we just going to see Supergirl, or are we going to see more characters from Supergirl?
I think for the first crossover, we're going to see just Supergirl.
Okay.
And here's how she's getting there.
Okay, let's hear it.
Vibe. He's going to open up a breach, and Barry's going to run in, get her, come back.
Well, it's basically kind of how they
That's the only way it could really happen.
That's how they did it before, really. I mean, it wasn't Vibe. It was Barry was wearing a device.
And he was running fast
Yeah.
and just kind of broke through. But I think now it's going to be intentionally. Vibe's going to open up the breach, and that's how she's going to come into the world.
Sure.
That's the only way it could really happen. And I kind of hope she kind of stays for more than just 4 episodes. It would be kind of nice to see Supergirl hang out with the other guy for a little longer.
I actually don't see it happening longer than just this 4 crossover thing. Mm-hmm. Because we've seen at the end of all the episodes prior to this, they're setting up for big things to happen.
Yeah.
Recently in Supergirl, we saw the return of Dean Cain's character, Jeremiah, her stepfather. The return of Hank Henshaw, who is John Jones is impersonating because we thought he was dead.
Now he's a cyborg.
Yeah, he's a cyborg, and now he used Kara's blood to get into the Fortress of Solitude and wants to know about this plan called Medusa.
Yep.
So that's setting up for something really big. Plus the whole...
Think about Medusa. What do you think that's going to bring forward?
I really don't know.
You think about this. This is a stretch. It's a reach, Andy. What's Medusa?
Well, we all know Medusa is a creature that freezes people in stone.
Right. Where is she from? Greek mythology, right?
Yeah.
Who lives their life in Greek mythology?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Could we possibly see a Justice League coming over slowly? Because we now have Superman introduced somehow in Supergirl. Batman's not been named, but he's been hinted at in the Legends for a while now.
I think they're probably not going to introduce Wonder Woman, but they'll probably put those little Easter eggs in there.
Yeah.
Saying about the Amazons and stuff like that. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I don't think it's going to happen either, but it'd be kind of cool.
The neat thing is there's people hyped so much and loved Superman in those 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. This is... I think we're going to see him sooner than later now.
I hope so.
Just because Hank Henshaw's character is now in the fortress, something's going to happen where he's going to come back for... Because he's supposed to be in, like, almost up to 5 episodes in this season, so...
And he was a darn good Superman, wasn't he?
He did. I had my doubts, but I enjoyed it.
But back to the crossover. back to the crossover. What else can we get from this trailer, Andy? We see new aliens coming in, right?
Yes, which I thought originally were white Martians.
Yep.
Come to find out, they don't look like it because now when I looked a little closer, they're more whitish reddish.
Right.
So,
where do you think this storyline is going to take us?
you know, when we knew about the crossover from the beginning, I thought it was going to be, okay, we team up to face a big bad in the DC world,
Right.
kind of thing. It shocked me with this whole heroes versus aliens things, and I just really don't know where they're going to go with it. I think it's just going to be, with the crossover between Flash and Supergirl last year, it was kind of a neat little episode. Mm-hmm. It didn't really amount to anything.
It was a cute episode.
Yeah. And that's what I think this 4-part thing is. Everybody wants it so bad, and they just kind of had to push it out there really quick to get it to us. I don't think it's going to amount to much. I'm going to enjoy it.
We're all going to enjoy it. I see a Green Lantern entrance. Mm-hmm. We are talking about aliens now. This could be a good way for the Lantern Corp to be incorporated with the CW network.
You really
somehow.
want that to be the Friday, don't you?
I really do.
We need a Friday show.
And I still gonna call it. I think James Ramsey is going to be the Green Lantern. You know.
Oh,
I mean, John Diggle.
Yeah.
You know, he's now. I mean, he's military. He's now a fugitive. Being a cop for the Green Lantern Corps as John Stewart would be perfect.
true.
And this crossover could lead that into there. Because, I mean, at the last episode, we could see the Green Lantern Corps show up easy.
They could even make Diggle, even though they don't say his name's John Stewart, could make him a Green Lantern because, look, we have the Guardian.
Well, Stewart could be his middle name.
Well, no, what I'm getting at is we have the Guardian now in Supergirl.
Yep.
And Jimmy Olsen, to my knowledge, has never been the Guardian.
No.
So, I mean, it could be a made-up Green Lantern kind of thing.
It could be, but I mean, it could be John Stewart Diggle. Who knows, you know? They could do it that way. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about this. Deathstroke. We saw him for a quick glance.
Very, very quick.
I mean, what do we think going on here?
My guess is they need him somehow for something. I don't think it's just the aliens break him out kind of thing. I think Oliver needs him, and Oliver busts him out.
Yep.
And he probably will get loose, and we could see Deathstroke return for season 7.
Think so?
As a big bad.
Season 6, 7, somewhere down there?
It'd be 7, because we're in season 6 right now, I think. No, we're in season 5, so it'd be season 6.
Yeah. Season 5 Arrow. Alright, but that's really all we can get from this trailer. We got to watch and just wait and find out what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was another thing. When we were watching the lineup, and it showed like everybody lined up as a team.
Yep.
It's great because everyone kept saying Justice League. There you go. You have DC TV's version of the Justice League right there. And it did. It looked amazing. That was a photo op. And how we were saying who's coming over for Supergirl, one of those characters looked like the Guardian to me. I don't know if it is because no one really knows who the Guardian is. Mm-hmm. Kara doesn't know who it is, but some people do. So, but one of them looked like Guardian, but it could have been Spartan because they both kind of have the same helmet kind of look. I don't know, but I had to get that out of there because watching the Supergirl episodes, catching up, I love the introduction to the Guardian.
You like that?
His character is amazing. Jimmy Olsen playing the Guardian, I thought was just stupendous.
CW, man, they make great decisions over there every time, don't they?
I mean, even the suit, the shield, everything.
Yep.
So.
Well, that's it for the excitement on the CW network, huh?
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to talk about the big things that actually happened, though, in the other shows. I wrote down some big things that happened.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, let's keep it rolling. What do we got?
So we talked about Supergirl.
Yes, we did.
We did that. Flash is next. The last episode was directed by our favorite comic
director, writer, nerd.
Exactly, Kevin Smith. It was the Killer Frost episode. Best episode all season of Flash that I've seen.
Absolutely, I gotta agree.
The Killer Frost episode was so good. Mm-hmm. And I love the fact how she's turning evil, but Barry kind of brings her back the way he's like, you need to just kill me kind of thing. The Cisco or Vibe, how he did his Vibe showing their fight was amazing.
Yep.
There was also Barry punching out Julian.
Yeah.
That's great, because he's been wanting to do that the entire season, and he finally gets to do it. We find out Julian is alchemy, like you predicted.
Let's talk about Julian and the character that this guy takes right now. I mean, was it predictable that he was alchemy?
I think so, because he hates Barry. So just the way he acted kind of told me villain somehow.
I mean, it seems like, I forgot his real name, Tom something.
Yeah, the guy who played in Harry Potter.
Yeah, and it seems like his character is staying the same. I mean, he hates lightning bolts.
You saw the picture on Facebook, didn't you?
And exactly, dude. Exactly. And he always works for a Dark Lord.
True.
So, I mean, it was that way. It's too predictable that way, way too predictable.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean...
Because most characters, like Tom Harding, always plays the same kind of character.
Yeah.
They gotta... That's one thing that casting, they've got to stop doing.
What's neat is you think alchemy is the big bad in this season, but he's actually a lackey, though.
Yeah.
To this
he works
new
for Megatron.
Yeah. I think he said his name is Savitar.
Yeah, Savitar.
He's the speedster god, is what they're calling him.
Yep.
Only Barry can see him. I mean, that's how fast this thing is moving. No one else can see him. I have not a clue where this is going with this guy or what he is, but he is... What is it with speedsters, too? That's all we've had for big bads.
It's getting a little annoying.
Yeah,
that's why when I saw this Killer Frost episode, I was excited. Yes, let's make Killer Frost the villain for this episode.
Well, the thing is,
this season.
There's way too many speedsters. You have Barry, you have Reverse Flash, you have Kid Flash, you have the Rival. Now you have Savitar. That's 5 speedsters that we've seen.
Don't forget Jessica Quick.
And Jesse Quick, yes, so that's 6.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's way too many.
What else do we have? We had Greg Grunberg was in this episode. Do you know who Greg Grunberg is?
Greg Grunberg?
Greg Grunberg. Remember from Heroes? He was the guy who could control you with his mind?
No.
Okay. Well, Greg Grunberg is great friends with Kevin Smith. I told you need to watch their show Geeking Out.
Yep.
So he had a small role in this, and I think he's had a small role in the other Flash episode that Kevin Smith directed. So it was great seeing him back in there playing. He played the detective when he walked in to go ask Julian questions after Barry came out of the hospital. Yep. That's Greg Grunberg.
Okay.
So it was great just to see that. It's like Kevin Smith, I can see the negotiations. I'll direct, but Greg Grunberg is in my episode.
I'm sure Jason Mewes is hiding somewhere in there too.
This is true. I wasn't paying attention for him. So, and then the final big thing is Wally getting his powers.
Finally, right?
Yeah. I wonder if something's going to happen, though, with Joe releasing him too early from the pod. Because Joe cut him out.
Maybe. It's possible.
So, but it'll be neat to see. Will Wally get the suit for the crossover, do you think? Or is that going to stay tuned for like a couple episodes down the road?
Depends how big of a part he plays.
True.
Really, I mean, all depends.
Yeah. Getting on to Arrow. We were saying this before the show. Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
Is in Arrow.
Adolph is finally in.
Exactly.
I've been hearing about this for months.
So he's playing a good role so far, I've seen.
He plays the perfect role for himself.
Yeah.
A Russian mobster. I mean, it's a perfect role for him.
Exactly. We learned that Quentin Lance, Sarah and Laurel's father, is being portrayed right now at the end of the episode as Prometheus.
Right.
We don't know if he is Prometheus. We've stated already that we think he's being set up, kind of.
I think he's being set up.
So we'll see that. Also, Prometheus killed Tobias Church. I was shocked. I didn't think Church's character would get killed off this quickly.
He was just a lackey.
Well, I know he was
Tobias Church.
I know he was a lackey, but God, we're what? He got killed in episode 5 or 6 out of 23.
Yeah, something
So
like that.
I mean,
That sounds about right.
It was pretty quick. And for me, the last thing is John Diggle. He's not taking too lightly to these newbies. It's like
he's lightening up.
He doesn't want them there. It seems like.
He's lightening up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he's got.
Him and Wild Dog have it off, but I think he's nervous, you know?
Okay. My favorite thing was I saw Artemis training, and she's shooting like tennis balls like Oliver was.
Yep.
I'm like, you're getting there, girl.
She's getting good, right?
Getting there.
Getting good.
So I think when Roy comes back as Arsenal, there's gonna be some headbutting with those two.
Yeah.
As who is Oliver's #1 archer?
Oh, I don't think about that.
We'll see. And then, I mean, Legends, I have not caught up on that, so I don't know much, but...
I forgot what happened last episode.
So, there's been a lot, though, coming up to this crossover.
It has been a lot.
So, I had to binge watch so much last night just to catch up.
Wait, I think I remember what happened last episode. Adam's getting his suit back.
Okay, and I saw Steel is now, like, Captain Steel or something. He's all red, white, and blue.
Yeah. He got a suit made for him now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's... I gotta rewatch the episode.
Have we seen any more of the Legion of Doom besides
Nope.
Reverse Flash? So we haven't seen Captain Cold or Malcolm Merlin.
Captain Cold, no Malcolm Merlin. We did see more stuff of Damien Dark.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, Damien Dark in the last episode.
And then Vixen's still with the team, I see. So.
Yep.
Because she'll be in the crossover, I think I saw.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, that's it. That's the Flareoverse.
Yes, that's Flareverse right there. You
So.
summed it up. All right, next up is our box office heroes.
Yes.
Good luck for this. I know it's been a long couple of weeks, man, and we just
I am
gotta
going.
keep pushing through this.
In animation, just came out. #3, Momona.
Okay.
#2, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And I think #1 is still Doctor Strange.
Take you 1, 2, 1 and 3 in reverse, and you got it right.
Oh, so Doctor Strange is #3,
Yep.
and Momona is #1.
Yep.
Wow.
Pomona came in at 55 million.
Wow.
Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them, 45, and Doctor Strange still hanging there at 11
Hey,
million.
I will take it that I got all 3 right. Yeah, they weren't all in the right spots, but I'll take it. I got.
But hey, man, you did good this time.
Hey, I got one of them right too with
Yeah.
#2.
Yeah, so it looks like The Rock is our hero this week, huh?
Dude, I mean, even in animations, he's making box office history.
Absolutely, every time.
It's ridiculous. And I mean, he was even named this year's sexiest man of the year by People Magazine.
Do you agree with that?
I would.
Yeah?
His popularity in every sort of way has risen in the last 5 years.
Because he's won it a couple times, hasn't he?
No, I think this is the first time. I think there's only 2 that have won it multiple times, and that's George Clooney and Brad Pitt.
Chris Hemsworth won it before he did?
I believe so.
Wow.
I think only 2 have won it, and it's those 2.
And also, how do we know this knowledge?
What, that I knew this?
Yes.
Because I saw it on TV.
No, about all the past winners, too.
Because I've seen it on TV before. I do my research.
You do your research, you do it well. That's what we keep you on the show. All right, Andy, it's time to ring the bell. It's our main event.
Ding, ding.
All right. Today's main event is WWE Survivor Series 2016, which, for the past Survivor Series, this was actually really good.
Yes. When you called me last night and asked me about the show, I wasn't sounding too overly pleased. I was also very tired.
Right.
So, it's probably the best Survivor Series I've seen in a long time, but I also have seen better. When I said I've seen better, I should have said I've seen better pay-per-views.
We've seen better pay-per-views.
Yes. To me, it was, I wanted to see more titles on the line kind of thing.
Of course.
But Survivor Series is meant to be about the Survivor Series traditional 5-on-5s.
Right.
And with the brand split this year, it was smart to do Raw versus SmackDown.
Yes.
So,
Match 1, Anuk with the Women's Survivor Series.
yes,
Once again, they let me down.
massively.
They was really dull. It did nothing for me.
Nia Jax, one of the worst wrestlers I have seen in a long time. She should not be up on the main roster. She should still be in developmental. She's just going, here, bounce out. Like when we complain that women wrestlers sometimes don't take the ropes hard enough, that's how I would see her running into people. Like she's afraid to run through people.
Yeah.
She just stands there and lets them bounce off her. And she can't do many moves. She's useless.
Yeah, she was not very good.
My other complaint is we complain about the reffing all the time. Reffing in this match was horrible. There were two incidences. One, the female wrestlers were on the outside going at it, and the referee let them do it for like 20, 30 seconds. I'm like, count! Or he's counting, and then he'll stop counting, and then continue his count because he's trying to break it up. It was just the way he handled it was horrible. Two, who was it? It was Natalya had the sharpshooter on Charlotte.
Yep.
And she is trying to get to the ropes, and Dana is pushing the ropes towards her. And the ref is looking straight at Dana and does nothing. I understand that's how it's supposed to happen in the storyline of it, but don't be staring straight at Dana then as it's happening.
Right.
Your back then should be to her. You should be on the on your knees looking at Charlotte, and your back to Dana.
Yeah.
He's standing with like right behind Natalya.
He was very green.
It was horrible.
He was very green.
The problem is, this isn't a green referee. I've seen him so many times.
He just goofed. He goofed.
It's like the Divas division to me is starting to go downhill a bunch now all of a sudden.
This division went downhill a long time ago.
Yeah, but I didn't mind it when they first started and they did the Divas Revolution, where you had like Team Bella, Team PCB, Team Bad and Beautiful kind of thing. You were seeing some good talent. Now it's all of a sudden,
Yeah.
I would have rather just seen the two women's titles up on the line kind of thing.
That probably would have been a better idea.
Yeah.
It honestly would have.
But the winners were Team Raw.
Team Raw.
And it was Bayley and Charlotte who were remaining.
Now, match 2. I enjoyed this entire match.
I am glad.
Except the finish.
The finish was horrible.
I don't want to say horrible, but it could have been better.
Now, I just have to cut you off really quick. I'm glad you said you liked this match because it was a Sami Zayn match.
Oh, was he there? I didn't know.
Complain,
I was so
about Sami.
starstruck by The Miz.
Starstruck. Well, you mean a D-rated wrestler and actor?
He's most must-see.
Let me ask you this, because we're complaining about the way it ended. I wrote this exact quote from me down, so I wouldn't forget it word for word. I wanted to say, if Miz is so good, why does he need Maurice's help to win a match?
It's gimmick. That's all it is.
I don't care. Makes him look like crap when he has help. I said the same thing with Dolph Ziggler when he had Vicky Guerrero helping him in every match. And you did too. You said the same thing. And look at him now. He is one of the top wrestlers in that company.
I know.
I did not mind Miz before the whole Maurice thing.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I should say, I don't like the A-list Miz. I like the fedora wearing Miz.
Here's why I kind of liked the finish, but I kind of didn't like the finish. It was very creative. Maurice rings the bell. Sammy thought he won. You know? Very creative way of doing it, but it's like, you know, the match was really well done. Maurice should have just stayed out of it and just let Miz win normally. It would have been absolutely fine, too. You know? He didn't really need her help in this match. She should have stayed out of it, but she did get involved with just ringing the bell. And I was like, okay, that was kind of cute.
What ticks me off is the match to me would have been 10 times better, Dolph Ziggler versus Sami Zayn. But they don't want to do a face for a face.
No, they don't.
And I think it's bull because so you let Dolph win the title and hold it for a week or two, and then you give it back to Miz.
Yeah.
I hate that because then you start adding on, well, now Miz is a 6-time IC champion and he's only 3 away from Jericho for all time. It's like Charlotte. She's a 3-time women's champion in less than a year.
It's ridiculous.
And yet, oh, look at all the titles she's won. It's because she loses it and then wins it back the next night.
Yeah.
I hate that.
That's because the women's title, there's really no competition.
No, it's because the writers in the company need to pull their head out of their behind.
They have talented female wrestlers. They do nothing with them. Alicia Fox is the perfect example. That woman is so
She did screw up, though.
talented.
Did you see the screw up on the scissors kick, though?
Yeah. Did you see who she was giving it to?
It was... No, I can't remember.
If she wasn't so green,
Carmella?
Alicia's scissor kick would have looked fine.
Was it against... It must have been Carmella.
Yeah.
That's why.
The scissor kick would have looked fine. It's a move that you face your opponent, you eyes on your opponent all the time. It's impossible to mess up.
Yeah.
It's up to the person taking it to make it look good, and she made it look like crap. I mean, look at Booker T. He does a finisher of the scissor kick.
Yeah.
It makes it look great every time. Why? Because his opponent knows how to take it. Not afraid to take it. You know? So, I mean, Alicia Fox is a fantastic wrestler. She should be the face of the women's division right now.
Yeah.
And they do nothing with her.
They won't, because you have all these new women wrestlers coming up they want to do stuff with.
Which they can't do anything with. At all. Anyways, back to The Miz, Sami Zayn. Sami did a great job in this match, too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Miz still a champion. It doesn't surprise me that Miz was, because the stipulation for the match was because Sami's on Raw, Miz is on SmackDown. Whoever wins gets the title to bring back to their brand. Mm-hmm. And later on, even with the other titles that were on the line, the Cruiserweight title, I didn't see it happening either, where they're going to switch brands with titles. They're going to keep the title. That was the one thing. It's like, don't make it so obvious that that's what's going to happen.
Right.
So then make it a Miz versus Dolph Ziggler match again, I guess.
You could do it again.
But moving on, though, Miz won, unfortunately.
Miz won. Match 3, tag team elimination.
Yes. My biggest thing, I hated this match.
You hated this match.
There were little things that I liked in it, some things. I hated it because there were way too many competitors.
There was a lot of competitors.
You got to realize, so it's a 5-on-5, so that's 5 tag teams. That's 20 men in the ring. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous.
It's a lot of people in that ring.
At least in the beginning, 2 teams got knocked off really quickly. Team Breezango and the New Day, which shocked me.
Why did they kick off New Day so fast?
I don't know. Would have thought it would have been someone else, but
yeah.
I think it's because New Day is quote unquote the captains of Team Raw, because they made this big deal. What are we going to do without our captains? The announcers were saying, and
so that was their shocking moment.
Exactly.
That's lame. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I said, it was hard to watch because the teams going back and forth, and then the remaining 3 teams on each side all get in the ring, and it's like, oh, here we go, let's all go at each other kind of thing. Predictable.
It was not a very storytelling match at all.
No.
I totally agree with you.
It would have been better if you just did 3 tag teams versus 3 tag teams, I think.
Yeah. Keep it 6 versus 6?
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, it's just... That was my biggest thing on this. I mean, Team Raw wins. The remaining team is Sheamus and Cesaro. They took out the Usos at the end.
Yep.
This is the only... Oh, no, I did have 2 matches that I got wrong on this. The Goldberg match I got wrong, Goldberg-Lesnar. But this match I actually thought was going to go to SmackDown, my first predictions. I thought SmackDown was going to win Survivor Series. Unfortunately, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
But, yeah. The one thing with this is... I see coming out of it the whole Sheamus Cesaro thing. Now they get title shots because they were the only team to survive. So, and they're really pushing that tag team on Raw. Mm-hmm. They're trying to recreate Rock and Sock connection,
which is dumb. Don't
you can't
dig up an old storyline. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
But that is match 3. That brings us about halfway through the pay-per-view now.
Yes, because there was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have
6 matches.
I have 6 matches, not counting the kickoff.
Yeah, and I didn't even watch the kickoff.
I neither. But that's halfway through the show, and so far, one pretty decent match. You know.
Exactly.
So match 4, I did not get a chance to watch.
This match was phenomenal.
I was afraid I was going to miss this match, too, and I did.
So it's for the Cruiserweight title.
Yep.
Kalisto from SmackDown, Brian Kendrick from Raw.
The Brian Kendrick.
The Brian Kendrick. The stipulation is if Kalisto wins the Cruiserweight title, because he's literally the only Cruiserweight on SmackDown. I don't know any other Cruiserweight on SmackDown besides Kalisto. He gets the title, but all of the Cruiserweight division comes from Raw to SmackDown.
Right.
So, again, title thing with all that changing, I didn't see it happening. The Brian Kendrick wins, but Kalisto was amazing from the second the bell rang. Because his matches are constantly against big guys. So it's hard for him to try to... He can
Develop his skills.
He can do it. We've seen it. But it's nice watching that cruiserweight division kind of thing.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
I mean, this was this back and forth high-flying match. It ends in the dumbest way ever. And we see it all the time. Baron Corbin from SmackDown, who's had this rivalry with Kalisto, comes out and just like clotheslines the heck out of Brian Kendrick. So Kalisto gets DQ'd and loses. And then walks away. Or he does his Day's End's finisher on Kalisto and then walks out. So it's like, again, we complain we have these great matches and they end with something stupid like this.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it where, what was it? John Cena versus AJ Styles, remember? Great match, and then the club comes out and interferes.
It just ruins it. Yep.
Yeah.
Every time.
And that's what's making me ticked off so much with the WWE writers. Because why do you have to write the same bullcrap all the time?
Exactly, yeah.
Get your head out of your butt and write something good.
They need to start doing some new stuff. New material would be good.
It's this whole PG crap.
Yeah, it could be that. It could be the PG stuff.
Even though with the PG thing, like I said, great match, let it end with a finisher. I mean, they were countering each other and everything. They were high-flying.
The only reason why I expect them to do that is if they actually take that storyline and they move it for Raw or SmackDown. Mm-hmm. You know, if it's got to be that kind of finish, then continue that storyline on the SmackDown.
Well, because I could have seen it. I could see Baron Corbin coming out and doing something, but after the match. Kalisto, let's say, Brian Kendrick had his Captain Hook submission on him.
You watched SmackDown after Survivor Series, right?
I have not. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Okay. When you watch it, let me know. I want to know if Baron Corbin actually does anything to Kalisto after.
Yeah.
If they did, then, okay, the storyline was taking place from Survivor Series, and they're carrying on. If nothing happens, then it was just a useless waste of time.
Exactly. Coming out of this match, the best thing they could do, if they don't do the stupid rivalry between them, I think the one intriguing thing that could happen out of this is Mick Foley needs to get on the phone with Daniel Bryan and trade to bring Kalisto over to the Cruiserweight division on Raw, and they do a trade. Mm-hmm. We've seen trades between brands before.
Yeah.
Because having one Cruiserweight on your show, just put him with the other Cruiserweights.
Right.
You've seen how great that match is and how great these other matches could be. And then you're putting Sin Cara and Kalisto back together.
The only thing I could think of why another guy, Baron Corbin, had to interrupt is if the match was running too long and they're short on time.
I don't know, with the next match, God knows how long that match almost lasted.
That match was a very long match. When we talk about that match, we're going to break that match down because it was probably one of my favorite matches in the entire show. So it really was.
Like I said, Brian Kendrick, holds on to his Cruiserweight title.
Did he do anything after he got DQ'd?
No.
He just walked away?
Yep.
So yeah, it was either trying to cut the match short or Sterling being carried on. That's the only two reasons why they would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Match 5, you ready?
Yeah. Are we gonna talk about it as long as the match lasted?
This was a long match.
I went from when I went on my DVR and rewound it. I went from the second the bell rang to the second the bell rang again at the end. It was a 53-minute match.
Wow.
That's nearly the same length as a Royal Rumble. Royal Rumbles usually go for 60 minutes plus.
Yep.
53 minutes.
Which is, again, I mean, then why'd Baron Corbin cut the match short if they had to extend this match?
Mm-hmm. And then when we get to the last match, I'll complain about that too, that it was too short.
Well, that was a good match too, though. But match 5, how I don't know how you want to describe this match. The heavyweights in this one?
Yeah,
Heavyweight singles?
it's basically your top men wrestlers. And could you really say they were all the tops? I don't know.
What, do you remember the names?
So on Raw, you had the Universal Champion, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and the wild card, Braun Strowman.
Okay.
On SmackDown, you had Shane McMahon, who I think's the wild card, AJ Styles, the world champion,
Yep.
Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, and Randy Orton.
Right.
So, I mean, they are kind of your top guys, I guess, on each brand.
Yeah.
For me, though, it was Braun Strowman. I was like, really? Braun is horrible. He has shown me nothing except beating up on little guys. And you're putting him in this match just because he's big Braun Strowman, kind of thing. Yet,
I think they might have put him on there for, yes, being a big guy, but also because they wanted to see him and Bray Wyatt.
yeah. But I will say I was impressed. Braun wasn't the greatest, but he did some good things. He did a drop kick for a guy that's like 6'7",
Yeah.
275, 300 pounds.
Yep.
I'm like, it wasn't the prettiest drop kick, but it worked.
Definitely wasn't the prettiest.
The funniest thing, though, coming out of this was how he got eliminated. He can't get back into the ring because James Ellsworth, this little chicken dude from
Holding on beneath the ring.
from SmackDown,
Yeah.
there's the SmackDown mascot.
Now, who was the first elimination in this match? You remember?
First elimination was, I believe, from SmackDown. So
It was Ambrose, right?
yes, Ambrose got eliminated first.
That was like, what, 20 minutes into the match?
Yeah, somewhere's around there.
Yeah.
And then after that, it went Braun, I think, after that. Because it ends up being 4 SmackDown guys versus 2 Raw towards the end.
Let me tell you why I like the match so much. And let me tell you why Chris Jericho is the greatest in that ring. Shane was getting beaten up pretty bad,
Okay.
right? I mean, he got himself handed to himself. You know, he winded. He's old. He's got.
Yeah, but he still got it.
He still got it. You know, there's a point in time with him and Jericho in that ring, and Jericho is selling the best he can, but you see him leaning over, trying to yell at him like he's selling it, like he's down, and also you hear Jericho say, "Hey, small package." And then Shane does a small package.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, but that's Jericho taking care of his fellow man, taking care of the match, and making sure everything goes smooth too. That's why Jericho is the greatest in that ring. Mm-hmm. Because he is watching out for the entire match, watching the show go straight, and making sure that his opponent is okay too, you know?
There were, in this match, I have to say, a lot of, I guess, dumb ways people got eliminated. Braun Strowman with the James Ellsworth thing.
Yep.
But then, I mean, he just launched him off the stage into the tables with pizzas on him.
Yeah.
But Jericho...
My daughter actually was watching this match with me.
Yeah.
And as she was getting thrown through the air, Shine's like, "Hey, look, there's a pepperoni pizza right there."
I won't say who it was because it's advertising and we can't do that. But Jericho and Owens get eliminated by the dumbest way possible. Do you remember how the announcer said they got eliminated?
A DQ.
Well, it was the list that eliminated both of them. Jericho's list.
He was so heartbroken he had to pick up all the papers.
It's because of the list that they get eliminated.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yep.
And what was great was the whole rivalry between Dean. I knew it was going to happen. You have these hotheads on a team together. They're going to go after each other instead of their opponents.
Yep.
Dean Ambrose comes back and attacks AJ Styles. And it's because of that AJ gets eliminated. Because in this attack, we see the return of the Shield.
Now, is it a return?
It's
or
not.
is it
It's
going
not.
to be just a one-time, one-out?
It was a one-time thing. But it was a great one-time thing. Because, yes, the Shield broke up. It's been 2 years. Mm-hmm. But it's still in the back of your mind where you want to see it. We complain about that power bomb a lot, but we haven't seen it. And to me, there was a grin on my face when it did happen.
Right.
Because it's that thing you get to see one more time kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but that's how AJ gets eliminated. He gets power bombed through the table, and then they throw him back in.
Yep.
The best going through the table to me though was Shane. Shane jumping off the top rope to the announce table. And he didn't just jump to the middle one or the German announce table close to him.
Coast to coast.
He went coast to coast. He went to like
elbow drop.
And he hit it perfectly.
Yep.
But that screwed Shane up a lot. This match, I wanted to, before we came here to film today, watch SmackDown to see if something actually did happen to Shane, because I think something did. I don't think it was planned.
Well, you talking? I will try and find out for you right now.
So, I mean, yeah, so he goes through the table, so there's some rib problems. When he tries to go for coast to coast on Roman Reigns, you can see it was going to happen, because Roman's already grabbing the ropes to launch himself, and it was a hard spear. Like, Shane came down with his head, like, smacking.
It was a nasty looking spear.
His head bounced off the... It didn't even bounce. It was just a done. No give. He doesn't kick out. It's when Roman goes to pin him. His elbow's kind of up, and the ref doesn't even count. He's like, get off him.
Right.
The glare in his eyes reminds me of when he jumped off the cell against Taker at Mania. Mm-hmm. Is Shane getting too old where he shouldn't be wrestling anymore? Is the question.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, I love it so much. And the fans, that's the one thing. Like, I was so excited when I found out Shane was going to be in this match, because I'm a huge Shane McMahon fan. He does things in the ring, not being a full-time wrestler, that are amazing. Brock Lesnar should take some advice from Shane McMahon.
Yeah. Stop getting in the ring.
But the problem is, it's like, it's hurting him so much that you might not have to listen to the fans now from now on. Mm-hmm. Do you want to end up like, I'm sorry, Daniel Bryan, where you can't do anything anymore? Or Edge. You know how bad, I guarantee Edge, when he comes back, when he came back for the 900th episode, how bad he wants to spear at least one person, and he can't?
Yeah.
So, but, so I mean, it was 4-on-2 at the end. It was Seth and Roman versus AJ, Shane, Bray, and Randy.
Right.
We explained how AJ and Shane get eliminated. Now we're 2-on-2. Who got eliminated? Seth, I think, gets eliminated next. Now it's 2-on-1. Or even before that, I think they had Luke Harper returned. So now you have a full Wyatt family kind of thing.
Yep.
And they just end up eliminating the rest of Team Raw, and it's Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton who survive.
Yes.
So it's kind of fitting that the whole Wyatt family kind of thing won it.
That's why they did it.
There's going to be repercussions, though, on Raw.
Of course.
Stephanie stated on the Raw before Survivor Series that if any of her teams lose, that you could be fired.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't see a firing happening, but there's going to be some kind of repercussion.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
So, but Seth Rollins apparently gets a title shot because he joined Team Raw.
He joined Team Raw.
So that'll happen whenever, at the end of January. I don't know what the Raw January pay-per-view is. Mm-hmm. I know the SmackDown one in a couple weeks is TLC. December one, I mean, not January. So, other than that, though, I mean, anything big else you want to...
No, man, we just covered it up right there, yeah. That was it.
When it comes to the wrestling stuff, I really try to pay a lot of attention.
Yeah, you have to. I mean,
I'm doing
you pay attention to the match itself. I pay attention to the gimmick stuff inside the match.
The little things, yeah.
All the little stuff. Because with my wrestling history, I'm always adapted to, like, suck right into that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Because I feel like I hog the airtime from you sometimes.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
But we got one big match to finish the show with.
This is probably the longest match of the night.
No,
wait.
The hype was longer than the match.
Yes, it was. Talking about the Survivor Series main event, Brock Lesnar versus
Goldberg.
And let me tell you, the entrance was amazing for Goldberg.
It always is.
It was so good.
I mean, he did everything from how it was back in WCW with the security, the grunting in the hallways, everything.
Yeah.
Even the pyro with the sparks, perfect.
Yep.
And how good did Goldberg still look? I mean, it's been 12 years.
I don't think he stopped training, honestly.
No. I mean, he wrestles different places. He was in Africa like 5 years ago wrestling.
Yeah, I don't think he stopped training at all.
But quickly, we're talking about how short this match was.
It was short, but sweet.
I went to the exact seconds on this match. This match was 1 minute and 25 seconds. Or you can say 85 seconds.
85 seconds of greatness, Andy.
It was
of greatness.
It was so good. I knew I had plenty of time to watch it again.
And here's why it was so good. Because Brock didn't have to do anything.
He did one thing.
He could not mess up this match. This is how good Goldberg was.
I don't think he had a chance to mess it up.
This is how good Goldberg was. He did not give Brock a chance to mess up this match at all.
Oh, okay, here we go. We can literally, because this match was so quick, do the full play-by-play.
Let's do the full play-by-play.
So it starts off, they're in the ring together.
Yes.
Brock goes ahead and picks up Goldberg and charges into the corner with him.
Yep, right in the turnbuckle.
Doesn't start throwing haymakers, just backs off with his weird laugh he has.
That little grunt laugh, yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's laughing and Goldberg just spears the crap
No,
out
he
of
doesn't.
him.
Pushes him down.
Yes, first, that's right.
I got it from here. He pushes him down, okay? And now, here's what makes the
look
match.
on Brock's face.
Here's what makes the match perfect. The fact that Brock is on the ground, laughing, like, hey, you just did that to me. The fact that Brock Lesnar got up with his back facing Goldberg.
I had that in my notes.
Turning around, and right there, Goldberg went for that
Doesn't
spear.
even get a full turn. No. If you do what I did, I was slowing down my DVR, TV or whatever, and watching. His head just got whiplash, and the look on his face, he's like,
That first spear, though, that's what made the match perfect.
Exactly.
That's what made it perfect. Brock did not see it coming. He was off guard, and that's what made the match
When that
perfect.
happened, I was yelling so hard, you deserve that, Brock, for turning your back to Goldberg. Wrestlers don't turn their backs to other wrestlers.
You don't do it.
That is such a disgrace to people, and he deserved that. He got hit hard with that spear.
Yeah.
That first one. Even the second one he takes. So, yeah, so instead of me saying the second one, so he gets speared.
Yeah.
Goldberg sets up for another
Walks
one.
back into the turnbuckle, sets up for that second one. And this is the one that does it.
He gets some height with the spear.
Yes, he does. That's the spear it does, because he doesn't need to be timing on this one. The timing's already there. That first spear already made the match. Now Brock is a little cuckooed out right now. He doesn't know where he is. And now that second spear finished the job right there.
You got Paul on the side. They showed him screaming at Brock.
Begging, no. And now you knew the jackhammer was coming.
And he didn't have to hold him up there that long. He held him up there maybe a second or two.
Yeah, didn't have to hold him up long. Because that jackhammer, that's it.
The spears, like you said, the spears did it.
Yep. And it was that timing that made that match look good. Imagine if that timing was off. How'd that match look? It looked terrible. That timing there perfectly, that set the match up.
And this is why I'm so excited to watch when I go home later. I haven't watched last week's Raw or SmackDown yet. I want to see what happens when Raw opens, just to see what's going to happen. Because they went hard on the Conqueror is down, the guy who ended Undertaker's streak. And it was funny. They showed someone in the audience with a Goldberg 2-0 sign.
Yeah.
Goldberg is one of two guys to only ever beat Brock Lesnar twice in pay-per-view.
Right.
John Cena and Goldberg. And I loved it because the way the writers and Brock Lesnar made John Cena look so bad with those 16 suplexes, Brock deserved this, making him look bad.
Yeah.
I was upset because after the 53-minute match, I saw on the timer there was only like 6 minutes left of the show. And I'm like, really? How are you going to pull off your main event? The one match you've been hyping, and I was mad. You were hyping this match for the last month. And I thought to myself, it was too early to have this match. It should have been a WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
But after watching it, I loved it, but I would have liked to see it go a little longer.
It should have gone longer, but I mean, I think it was fine. I liked it.
So my question to you is, are we going to see Brock versus Goldberg part 3?
No.
at Mania.
I don't know.
I think it's going to happen.
Think it's gonna happen?
Just because that match was so quick, I think they want to pull off a longer type match. Maybe a no DQ match, maybe a Hell in a Cell match.
Maybe. But don't you think it'd be too predictable?
Well, apparently it was rumored that the writers were going to have Goldberg lose this match. That's why I'd pick Brock Lesnar.
I never.
I
bet
actually
against
really
Goldberg.
thought Brock was going to win this. I thought they were going to split it down, and the third match was going to be at Mania. I think something's going to happen. I don't see them bringing Goldberg back for an 85-second match.
Why?
Because, remember, he said, Brock, you're last. Doesn't mean Brock's going to be only a one-time thing last. It could be more.
I don't know. I don't see Goldberg come back.
No?
No. He
I'd
accomplished his goal.
I'd like to see it, though. So, quickly, though, because that was the end of Survivor Series, and I know we're running out of time.
We are running out of time. We're almost done.
I didn't get a chance to do a little bit of wrestling news. Lucha Underground, somebody returned, who I loved.
Okay.
Paul London has
Oh, wow.
returned to wrestling. Doesn't look the same, but I'm like, I would never have known that was Paul London until someone said it on TV. I'm like, oh my God, Paul London's back.
Lucha Underground, huh?
Lucha Underground. So he's in a faction, which is pretty neat.
Okay, right on.
The other thing is, I never really got to talk about, a couple weeks ago, I talked about the 900th episode of SmackDown happening, but we didn't get a show to talk about what happened.
Right.
Edge was amazing on the cutting edge. The big thing was Undertaker returning and telling Team SmackDown that they better win or there's going to be hell to pay. So they did win, and plus he threatened Team Raw. Makes me wonder if we'll see Undertaker on Raw. Usually it's just SmackDown.
How did Taker look?
Very good.
Looked good?
Yes. I've seen about a month prior, I saw a picture of him in the airport with a cane, which didn't look really good. He looked really good. He reminded me of Taker that we saw at the last WrestleMania.
What if that was a gimmick?
Could be.
Sometimes Vince would tell his wrestlers.
Because they're going to hype something coming up soon. With him now returning, the hype is going to start because this is going to be his last WrestleMania match.
It's got to be.
He's retiring after this.
It's got to be.
So there's going to be some massive hype somehow with him. I just don't know if it's going to start now or if it will start after the Rumble when the road to WrestleMania has officially begun. Mm-hmm. Or will he be in the Rumble?
I don't know if he'll be in the Rumble or not. I doubt it.
So, quickly too, I mentioned being the fact today's a wrestling show. TLC is coming up in 2 weeks, I believe.
TLC's coming up.
So one of my favorite pay-per-views. They've already announced the main event. It's Dean Ambrose getting one more shot at the World Heavyweight title against AJ Styles in a TLC match.
I actually heard about this match.
So very excited to see this because Dean Ambrose has been very good in ladder matches, and I want to see AJ in his first WWE TLC match. So
rough match for him, huh?
yeah, I see him holding on to the title because I think it's going to be AJ holding on to the title until WrestleMania,
Yep.
where John Cena beats him for the title and gets, what is it, number 16.
Yeah.
So that's it from me with wrestling. I don't know if you have anything quickly you
I
want to
got
add.
nothing on my plate, man.
Because I know we're
Cleaned
running.
my plate off just for
We're being
wrestling
told
today.
we're running out of time here, so
Yep.
guess we'll have to finish it up with that.
I think we're done, man.
Okay. As usual, thank you guys for watching this show. Don't forget, watch this show and every other show on our YouTube page, Legends of Nerds. Don't forget, when you're on there, look for the little red diamond, our logo. That's where you want to go. Click on that. You'll see all 40-something episodes we've had. Don't forget, Facebook, Legends of Nerds. We're also on the Twitter, we're calling it,
The Twitter.
at KrillinMan.
The Twitter.
And right now, I don't think we have anything planned for the next show, but we will get back to everybody. Check our Facebook page, and we'll let you know
We
what's
may have
coming up.
guests coming up. Who knows?
Yep,
I'm in
so-
talks with a bunch of people, so
So hopefully we'll have some guests, maybe.
hopefully.
So thank you for joining, and remember, stay nerdy.